Stand-up jet
Were
skiing
you
was
there
fun.
the time I got stuck in the weeds and barrel rolled it and Dom had to come rescue me?
No, but I tell that story to everybody I meet because it's an amazing story.
Yeah, so that was my experience stand-up jet skiing. Dom just goes, oh yeah, let's go down this. It's like a little like
It's the Mattabesset River.
tributary of the river.
Yeah, it cuts right off the Connecticut River and it goes all the way to Cromwell from Portland. And it goes all the way up to Cromwell and then past it.
And I was on definitely like a 90s, right? All of those jet skis were like from the 90s.
That was probably like a JS 750 or something like that.
So could it have been prior to the 90s even?
Yeah, it was probably like an 89 or an 88. Yeah. If
And it wasn't
Dom's,
running. It wasn't running super well. The one that I was on.
They never run well. Yeah.
And so he takes us down this tributary. I'm just making up
Tributary.
Is that what it is?
I guess so. Sure.
And it starts getting real shallow.
Yeah.
And I can just see and I don't like this one bit. I could see it. And Dom's jet ski is ying, like his is ripping. So he's just flying right through it. And I'm just seeing the weeds come up through the water and I can like see what almost looks like the bottom, but it's really gross and freaky looking. I just getting shivers just thinking about it. And then all of a sudden my jet ski just starts like it's sucking in the weeds. And I just start going slower and slower and slower. And then eventually it just kind of like sits there. And now it's stalled out and I'm balancing. And I balance for a little bit, fall into the water, and full panic mode sets in. I am tangled in all of the seaweed and weeds. And now I'm scrambling to try to get back on it. And as I try to get back on it, it's now just barrel rolling itself into the weeds.
Yeah. Bad line choice for sure.
So Dom comes back over on his, cracking up, hops off. I get on his, take off, and he's got to unwrap mine and then get it running again and get going.
Yeah, those jet skis were a trip, honestly. Dylan and I
Full
collided
panic.
on them. Do you remember that story? You weren't there for that, but we collided into each other.
And didn't you put a hole in one of them?
Hey guys, holiday season, so we're giving stuff away. If you spend $200 or more at tour.themotoacademy.com, sign up for a class. We just dropped a bunch of new tour dates on the website. Sign up for a class or spend $200 or more on apparel, and we're going to toss in signed gear. By signed gear, I mean pants. We've got pants every single color. I'll attach a note with the race that I wore them at and the story behind them. We've got butt patches on some of them. Super cool stuff. Tossed in with orders, $200 or more. Tour.themotoacademy.com. Back to the video.
Oh yeah, I put a big hole in his. Yep.
Really?
Yeah, and it almost sank. And then we got towed behind Dom in a boat, hanging on one arm on the jet ski, one arm on the rope coming from behind the boat, like the scene in Spider-Man.
So what happened with that? Whose fault was that?
Oh, it was mine. Dylan loves blaming it on me too. So what happened was they were doing donuts out in the center, and I was kind of going around like this, and my jet ski would die basically anytime I let go of the throttle, which was just super fun. So I
Just
fell,
had to go wide open.
Yep. So I fell off the jet ski, which happens very often, and I tried to just keep it going. So I basically just didn't let go of the throttle. So I'm still water in my eyes, and I'm just going and I'm turning, and then all of a sudden I see Dylan coming from my backside. So it's kind of both of our faults, but definitely still mine. And we just collided in the middle of a turn. And my nose went right into his hull, basically. Put a huge hole in it, like this big. And then it
Was
went...
he on it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He was shredding a circle with Dan on his. And that was a big one. I think that was a 750, and I was like on a 400 or something. So his jet ski went underwater immediately. So he's going underwater to get it and then pulling it back up. Dom goes and gets a boat for us. He comes back, gets a rope. We're Spider-Man both of our jet skis off the back of this boat. The most ridiculous thing ever, because they're not running at this point.
Is this
both of
right
them.
by the boatyard?
No, this is by the Cromwell boat launch. So we were probably a mile from the boatyard, which isn't bad in the scheme of things. But when you're behind a boat going 2 miles an hour, dragging your jet ski and then holding onto the boat, it's pretty intense. And Dom just kept saying, cut the loss, cut your losses. And Dylan's like, I just built this thing. I'm not cutting my loss. So that was fun.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, go download them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I think that's it. Go download them there. Give them a listen. If you want to watch full episodes, which I tell you what, it's even better to do that, go to club.themotoacademy.com. because Moto Academy subscribers inside of the app have exclusive access to watch the entire episodes. And not only that, the subscribers actually can send in their questions to be answered on the podcast as well. club.themotoacademy.com. Go subscribe.